Hey everyone, it's Eric Silvermoon. We are going to be working on the third entry on my Book of Shadows for the goddess Anu. Like I mentioned in the meditation, the goddess Anu is the Earth Mother aspect. She is the mother goddess, the womb. And so it's really cool to depict her. And so I kind of want to go on here and start sketching kind of the way that I feel is going to be representative of her and the way that she wants to be depicted. So I'm really excited to have all three of them completed. And then the last entry that I want to do possibly at the end of this meditation. Sorry about the Zoom, you guys. I want to enter the one for the Morrigan in her full aspect. And I think that's going to be a really great closing to this 31 days of magic. And so I am going to begin sketching the goddess Anu. All right, you guys. So this one has a little bit more color than the other ones. With the goddess Anu, she is that Earth Mother, and so I did want to depict the green as well as the fiery in her auburn hair, and also the red in the accents of the trim to be consistent with color. And so I did feel inspired by that Wonder Woman, brave Disney kind of aspect to almost like a princess, goddess of nature, the fairy queen. I really connected with that. So I really like the way this one turned out a little bit. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is just the stamps. And so you will see that next. Really happy with it. So here's a page for Anu. And so she has more color, like I mentioned before, because She is the representation of Mother Goddess. She is the, if you see them as three individual people, she is more of the innocent, the bright. Even though she's a mother aspect, she's very protective and could be very dark at times. But she is connected to the fairies, so she's very cheery and happy. And so I didn't want to make her too dark. But if you can notice, like, I did make her still pale, still white, kind of gives her like that haunting look, but I wanted that fiery hair, like I mentioned before, that Brave from Disney character kind of feel, with the apple that symbolizes fruit and abundance and manifestations and life. And on here I did the green envelope with some falling leaves, a butterfly and a moth. And then if you're a Zelda fan like I am, you'll know what this is. This is the mask that the wood kid that lives in the forest wears, and I love it. It's such a cool representation. And the words I chose to put are a mixture between what's in the book and then my own. And it says, I am the heartbeat that unites all life. I am Mother Goddess, or I am the Mother Goddess. I establish the rhythms and cycles of life. Mine are the mysteries of the dark soil and grounds beneath your feet. Without me, there is no stability, no substance. I am within everything that is green and growing. I am within all life and shall ever remain so. And I also put down the color for her is green in any earth tones. Herbs are apple, mugwort. Stones for her are amethyst, moonstone, emeralds, clear quartz. The moon phase for her is full moon, and the animals are cattle, because cows symbolizes abundance and wealth. At that time, back in the day, the more cattle you had, that established how important and wealthy you were based on how many cattle you had and the type of cattle you had and the breed. Like the more you had, the more regal and high society you were, because they were very expensive and they were a symbol for money. It was the way of currency back then. So cattle were very sacred. And to kind of go back in the first goddess, and we'll kind of go into it like a little recap. With Maka, she is the maiden aspect, very rebellious, very ready into battle, very prideful and set in her ways, and she tends to be more of the connection to the death aspect as well when it comes to taking life in battle, like fighting and doing what you need to do to get what you need, from life manifestations. And she's a sun goddess, so looking at the sun and allowing that sun to hit you, it's connecting with Maka. And when we journey into the crone aspect with Bob, we are more in the transitions periods, the dark moon, the new moon aspect of things. And going into Anu, it's a little bit more playful. It's our feminine and masculinity. It's life, and it is rich and abundant, and it's connected to our childhood, which is why I put the Zelda thing here, because it connects me to childhood. So whenever I'm doing something that reminds me of that, I'm connecting to the goddess Anu. I'm in a state of gratitude and stuff like that. So I thought this was really cool. And I did want to give it that Princess Disney kind of feel, because that's kind of the way she wanted me to depict her, in that very elegant and regal and kind of cool way. And so I think she's a great representation of that. And I'm really happy with this and how these turned out. And so, like I mentioned, towards the end of this experience, I'm going to go ahead and sit in meditation and kind of see how the goddess Morrigan wants to come in. And I'm going to do the same thing, but here I'm going to kind of do a Power Ranger thing and unite all three of them together as they are, as the goddess Morrigan. in that manifestation as a full entire goddess. And I'm going to sit in meditation because I really want that to be epic in the way she wants me to depict her. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side with the envelope. So when I sit with the goddess in general and just with the Morrigan, or if I decide to work individually, I'll have these cool pages in my book of shadows. So thank you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And so again, in this series with the Morrigan, I have only one more depiction, which is going to be the Morrigan here. I'm also going to do a Samhain and a Day of the Dead page, but I think that's just going to be on more on my regular kind of channel. So thank you guys so much. Blessed be.